Welcome to the Maf Garage, guys. If you're watching this, it means that it's uploaded properly this time. So hopefully things go well. So to start off today, I mentioned this in the one take update yesterday. We're going to head down to Hot Rods for the Homeless and we're going to check out some of the rides that are down there. I've already seen a couple coming into town. Not bad, but let's get down there and show you guys what's going on. The funny thing of being at a car show like this is it's not like your normal ones down in Brisbane or any other capital city. Think of it as really small scale. So instead of having a straight field with cars or entire car parks or industrial estates filled with cars, this is what we get. So for me, I prefer walking along and checking out a few cars that are really high quality rather than 100 shit boxes. You know, I mean, anyone can go to the car park and see a bunch of XLs and Kias there, whereas you come to a place like this and this is what you see. So let's have a more in-depth look at it. Look at this nice old Willys here, 1937 model. Nice twin cars. Oh. Look at the interior here.
Yeah, black cup?
That is impressive, guys. And this one right here is bad blood. 545 big block Ford, supercharged, Wolf engine management system, C6 auto, all the fruit. Look at this. This paint is immaculate. You could eat off it. Gorgeous shop wheels, Willwood calipers. Even has a nice sub, decked out boot. What a wonderful look. So mean and sinister. We have a genuine GT 351 here. Does look nice, mate. too close. 4-speed top loader.
You run away.
MSD ignition. And the most important thing, ladies and gents. Motors, numbers. This is a legit 6-figure car here. You guys want to get your hands on one of these because they're going to appreciate in value very, very soon. They're so brand new. Of course, you can't have a good car show without a nice collection of GTRs. And we actually got two here, an R34 and an R35. So we'll check the 34 first, because I am such a fan of these myself. Pretty original. Some raised wheels on it. So this one, Ep.6. Oh, it's an Ep.6, guys. That is whereas. Look at that look on this, guys. Silver reflection. And then on this side, the R35. It's good old VR38, hand built. I'm not a GTR expert, you guys can tell me exactly what the name of the colour is. So if you watched the previous episode, you would have seen this particular car run an 11 down at Benarabi. Look at this gorgeous HDT replica, guys. Stinking small block in there. What a size of that Edelbrock filter. Oh. Nice. And then right here we actually have a genuine VKSS, as far as I can see. And it's for sale, guys.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Very original condition. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit of cracking on the grille, but that's nothing major. This is a genuine Group 3 Survivor vehicle. Change it to a B&M. But nicely done all the way through here. Oh, nicely done all the way through here.
Yeah.
And this one, powered by LS2. Look at this XP Falcon, guys. Small block Windsor. MSD ignition. Thanks, Mags. $225, $35, $18s. Nice. Look at this interior. That's a beautiful pattern. It's pretty much similar to how the shirt is that I wear. And yeah, that provide a lot of comfort. Look at this black beauty. Camaro SS. Big block. As you can see here, 396. She's a big baby, that one. She's not no small block, that one. Still left-hand drive. Nice finish. Absolutely stunning car, this. Alright, so we've basically checked out every car that's been there, had a talk with a few of the owners. I didn't want to talk to them on camera because, you know, I didn't want to be intrusive, but they were happy to let me show you the cars. So there you go, guys. A whole heap of local cars from the Gladstone area all together.
He's at the bar asking for money.
Yeah, security guys going, "Give me the money, send me the bar, this, that." Yeah, no, you're all good, mate.
Give him money to anything, eh?
Let's go check some of the entertainment around here as well. So we've been doing a little bit of tidy up around here, more to do with making sure that all the parts that I've descaled and de-rusted are protected. So what I'm going to show you guys is the progress of that so far. So first off here we've got the heat shield, and we've just wiped that down with some phosphoric acid and just made that nice and shiny and it's protected. So it's been sitting there, and right now we're doing the heat shield bracket. And if you see here, I'm just going to pull it out. Yes, okay, I shouldn't be doing it with phosphoric acid. But look at the effect that's providing. Taking all of that back. Hopefully, in the next few hours it's going to be sitting there back to original luster, and then I can give this a full cleanup. Now that I've put this in the phosphoric acid, I'm going to go wash my hands. So after a little phosphoric acid bath, we've got a nice perfect shiny bracket here. Compare that to how that was when I first started. That's how you can transform something with a little bit of elbow grease and a little bit of chemicals. So just before we leave for Brisbane, we thought, alright, we'll have a bit of fun with the boys at Overtaking Lane here. I've just spent the past few minutes in this trivia contest that they've had, and it's been an absolute blast. I can't believe how much fun I had and how many wrong answers I had. So each Thursday they're going to do that. I'll be there. Might end up in another chat, you know, another contest, and we'll see how you go against me, you know. We'll call it a new segment. Are you smarter than a brain dead muppet? Yes, my family is just laughing at me. Yes,
Sorry.
I know. Don't worry, it's the truth. It's the truth. It's finally time, guys. We're going to Brisbane. We're going to go pick up these parts. And we're going to do a couple little things along the way like last time. Hopefully it's a bit more successful than it was last time. So I won't make any mention of details because, yeah, I don't want things to fall through until I'm actually there and showing you guys. But let's put it this way. The 90% of the work I'm doing behind the camera is for the 10% of work you guys are seeing right now. As you can see, for example, different shirt, little logo on it. That's just one step of what's going on. I'll explain more as we're going along down to Brisbane and picking up all the parts. So we've just filled up with some petrol, good old United. Got some fresh air and water in there. So we are good to go. Let's take off down to Brisbane. So we're on the M1. We've been on the road for 4 hours. Probably got about 120 kilometres to Brisbane. So here's a nice view of the mountain as we're coming over the hill here. But I'll tell you what, guys, I've started this drive at 6:30. As you can see right now, it's just on 11:15, so I've been making good time along here. So here I am, guys. I'm at TBS BHSS and we're now in the storeroom. And here's my wheel. Here's the wheel. One sitting in the boot, one in there.
There's a strut down here as well.
Yeah, the strut and everything, I know. Look at these rotors, guys. Oh, this is marvellous. 355mm, met up with 6-pot calipers, drilled exactly how we need it for the Crustida. And here we go with John putting these calipers on,
Pads back in
and
there.
the pads back in there. Look at that puppy there, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I've been waiting weeks and saving all my pennies to pay for this shit. You can understand why. Look at the quality of this. You cannot beat this.
And Australian made.
And that's the best bit about it. It is locally made. So it's manufactured here in Australia, right here in Brisbane. So there's no pissing off to China or anything else for your equipment. So as you can see here, guys, I've got the wheel, the strut, the brakes, all of the stuff from TBS here. Now we're heading off to, I don't know actually, I've got to pick up the sway bar, but I don't know whether I'm going to go there first or whether I'm going to go to this other location first and see what's going on. So if you guys haven't noticed, this is where I am. Big shout out to the boys at Nugget Garage. Thank you for all your help, Chris and Hoff. It's been such an inspiration sitting here and looking at all the cars and discussing all the different plans. It's been absolutely mind-bending. Thank you. So the boot keeps getting fuller and fuller. As you can see there now, I've got sway bar. So now I've got the brakes, the sway bar. Pretty much go home time now. But I'm going to get some petrol and get some food first because I am starved. I haven't eaten since I walked out of the house at 6:30 this morning, and right now, hang on to tell you guys. Come on. It's 2:45 right now, so almost 9 hours now. I haven't eaten. All I've done is drive and run around and pick up parts and visit people. So I need to have a little bit of me time. Alright, so next time you see me, I'll probably be back heading up to Gladstone, or I'm probably going to be already exhausted talking to you after arriving from Gladstone. But so far, mission successful. I'm really loving this Brisbane peak hour traffic. Not. I want to get home sooner rather than later, even if it means sacrificing not eating. I don't want to have to deal with this shit for a couple of hours. Fuck this. We're back home, guys. We're back home. After driving. Hang on, just let me get the trip up there. 13 hours and 3 minutes it's taken me to get from home to Brisbane, pick up all my stuff, have a talk with Nugget Garage, and come back home again. And I did that at an average, hang on, I'm going to back them there, average of 85 kilometers an hour. So 13 hours straight, over 50 miles an hour, 85 kilometers. You work out the math. So it's now 2 days later. Of course, I needed a day of rest after that 15-hour trip without food or anything else. Bit of stupidity on my part, but the result was worth it. I needed to just get these things back here and in my possession, because it was just triggering my OCD of not having all my parts with me. So what I want to do is compare the brake systems of what I did have versus what I will have now, and you can see the differences between the calipers, the rotors, and then also the differences with the sway bars that I've got. So without further ado, here's all the parts laid out for you guys. So first off here, we will go with the brake rotors. We compare the calipers and the rotors. Now this one is a good old BA Falcon rotor, 298mm solid, one piece, and it worked for the Crustida. But now that is 355mm, two piece, custom drilled for the wheel studs, and proper size center hole as well. So I have no need for a center ring, for a spacer ring anymore. Separate to that, we've got the calipers, the old ones, and it's nice of John to label this. So these old Nissan R33 GDST calipers, 4-pot, as you can see at the back here. You've got 2 pistons each one. Now that was good for 2007. And today we've got these TBS Racing specific 6-pot. So I'm just going to lift this up. I don't want to bubble wrap too much. And you see there, 1, 2, 3 pistons versus 2 pistons. Now the size is a little bit different because there's a little bit of less pressure through each piston. So normally on these, the pressure is normally 80 total, which is normally split up 39-41. This is a little bit less per piston, and I'm just going to take this out. So I'm just going to put you down. So these pistons are a little bit smaller in comparison, so they provide a little bit less pressure, but the overall clamping pressure is a lot higher. So here we've got pretty much 80 In this one, we're going to have 95 across all three. So you can see the different sizes. You've pretty much got 30, 30, and 35 as your main pressure. So that's that side with the brakes all sorted. Then when we come over here, we've got both sway bars. Here's the old one. And very nice of Fulcrum to wrap it up for me. And then this one is our new one. So I'm gonna set this up for you guys so I can unbox this properly. So here we have our new sway bar. I think this might be a completely closed bag, boys. I'm thinking so here. Yeah, it's been vaccinated. Or at least the plastic shrink wrap, you know, just where you use the machine, just usually for kids' lunches and that. So we're gonna get some scissors. Or failing that, a razor. So let's hope I don't stick it in my fucking hand again. And yes, I am swearing a little bit more than normal, but really, in this episode, after what's happened, I don't give a fuck. I just want to get this stuff on the road, on the car, and get going. Made to order sway bar. So, custom made for the Crustida only. If you want one of these, you can just order it yourself from Fulcrum. Just tell them you want a 26mm for a Crustida, Ep.6. I'm sure enough they'll make one up for you. Just do what I did and send the original so they can at least do an exact copy. And then separate to that, we've got the sway bar brackets for this one. So these are 27mm sway bar chassis mount bush kits. So it's the exact same as what I took off. It's the exact same way we put it back on, and the way that these are set up, it's not just a direct thread. There's a little bit of play with it, so it gives a little bit of adjustability if you need to drill out the chassis mount like we might have to. But we'll see what happens with this. So, anyway, I'm stalling. Yum, yum. Yum, yum. I'm just going to show you guys one end. Look at that nice black. And it's got some protective coating on the inside too, so we're going to keep that in the bubble wrap here. So at least you guys know what colour it is, and it's here in my possession. bit of a battle trying to get this back in the wrap. Okie doke. So as we wrap up this episode, I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of difference between what's good and what's not. So as you can see here, we've already got all these pieces that we polished previously. Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys the difference between these and what they truly were originally. So here's the strut, the chassis mount with the trailing arm, and here is the old one. Look how rusted, crusted everything was on that. You can see we've got this completely taken off. So yeah, to take it from that to that has been a pretty good effort so far. So all I have to do is repeat all of this stuff onto that. We've just got the wheel hub still attached, and these two pieces, and that ball joint mount I've still got on the Crustida at the moment, and I'll take the other one off, I don't know, once I've got everything else prepped and starting to put it all together. It's more so I can reteach myself, hang on, get this on the right way rather than struggle and do it the wrong way. Hey guys, I was just editing the video here and just checked my YouTube, and I just noticed I got over 100 subscribers. So all I can do is thank each and every one of you guys from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this journey of building the Crustida. When I first started this journey, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't think anyone would watch me. I didn't think anyone would care. So even the fact that 100 of you care, it means so much to me. It really, it makes me sort of emotional. So all I can do is give thanks to all those people that have joined me and supported me, given me inspiration, motivation. Doesn't matter how small it is, or even the people that have answered questions that I've had, no matter how stupid or small it's been. Thank you guys. I really appreciate this. It's just been humbling and heartwarming, and the fact that I've reached 100, I hope this reaches 200, 500, 1,000, and we just keep building this from now on. I want to be able to turn up at Rocky Nats and share this car with everyone, because this car was built by everyone, by all your inspiration, by all your motivation, by your kind words, and even some of you with your mean words. Oh, he's a drug addict, he's a junkie. Stay salty, fuckheads. But for the rest of you that have joined me and doing so wholeheartedly and wishing success for me, thank you. For the ones that are wishing failure for me, fuck you, it's not going to happen. You've just seen 30 minutes of why it's not going to happen. And I've still got 7 months to go, and I've got so many parts lined up, so many things to put on this car, that by the time I reach Rocky Nats, you guys are not going to realise what is hitting you. Anyway, thank you everyone. Bottom of my heart. This is the Maf Garage. Peace everyone.